Magbasa tayo ng lumang balita. On January 16, 1912, the Cebu Chronicle published a story on their front page, Authorities Who Prevaricate. I had to Google that. It means to be evasive o may tinatago. The headline continued, Mr. Duterte of Cebu denounces the bad practices of the President and Chief of Police of Cebu.
Hala, deja vu.
The story was referring to Escolastico Duterte, who wrote the American Governor General William Cameron Forbes. Share ko lang, Forbes Park in Makati was named after him. Escolastico accused the municipal president of Cebu, the equivalent of mayor, of corruption. Kasi to raise funds for his re-election, nagpa-lottery si municipal president Vicente Teves, and he bribed the chief of police to help run it. Ganun yung story. The open letter to the Governor General was originally published in La Democracia the week before. It was later picked up by the Cebu Chronicle and other newspapers. So medyo nag-viral siya. 2 days later, January 18, 1912, editors published a letter from Duterte saying he did not write the first letter. His signature was forged and someone stole his identity, kumbaga. Maraming familiar intrigue at drama sa buhay ni Escolastico. Escolastico Duterte was mentioned in newspapers for his work with the church and his affiliation with the Southern Institute of Cebu. Ito yung genealogy angles. Escolastico Duterte Sr. and Sara Duterte are distant relatives. Parang third cousins, 4 times removed. Ganun kalayo. Pero may shared ancestor pa rin sila. Escolastico Sr. had a son, Escolastico Jr., who married Concepcion Rizal Herbosa, the daughter of Lucia Rizal, who was the sister of Jose Rizal. There was also a newspaper article mentioning that Rizal's sister had a speaking engagement in Cebu in front of the Fiati and Southern Colleges communities, which Escolastico was associated with. So, Escolastico Duterte Jr. links the Duterte clan and the Rizal clan by marriage. Di nyo ina-expect yun, no? Genealogy can be fascinating and at the same time make no sense. O, diba?